Good morning, Spurs fans. It's always bright and sunny in the morning after a Spurs win, and we had a win last night against Eintracht Frankfurt, 3-2. I don't think the scoreline reflects the overall way the match went. We were much better than that, and only for the fact that we gave away a rather silly goal near the end. We were living on our nerves for a few minutes, but we weren't nervy Tottenham hang on, as Sky Sports put it. We weren't hanging on. We were the better team for 70-80% of that match and totally deserved the win. It was a much improved performance from, as if the performances have been getting better game by game now. And I think we're getting to a stage now where some team, and maybe it's Everton on Saturday, are going to feel the full force of the might of Tottenham. Bad goal to give away at the start, obviously, and Eric Dyer has to hold his hand up. His heavy touch was amateurish and brought a deluge of negativity on social media at the time, and I felt at the time, lads, I said, hold on a bit, there's still 75 minutes of this match to go, or 80 minutes to go. We're only one goal down. It was like the Southampton game. It didn't take us long to come back into the game, and once we did, there was only going to be one winner. But I'd just like a little less negativity. When a player makes a mistake, he's absolutely crucified on social media. If you're going to crucify a player, wait till the end of the match so we know how the result's gone, and then crucify him if you need to. But I really don't see the option. They're all Spurs players. They're all playing for the badge. They don't make mistakes on purpose. And, if they did, well, they shouldn't be playing for Spurs. So anyway, the game went on with two wonderful goals and a very good penalty by Harry Kane. The through pass from Kane to Son for the equaliser was sublime. It was their 50th contribution. Assists between them, which is never, I don't think he's ever going to be beaten, because those two, they're telepathic, they're understanding with each other. Then we had the penalty, which was given by VAR for a clumsy challenge by the Eintracht defender, but it was a penalty, even though the Sky commentator seemed to allude that Harry Kane went down very easily. You can't get a break with these guys at all. If that had been Liverpool, it would have been a clear penalty without any question. Then we had Son's third goal, the best of the lot. A volley with his wrong foot from a standing position from a lovely cross by Højbjerg, a real net buster. That was absolutely incredible and shows that we've really got our Sonny back. From that time on, we controlled the match. We could have scored more goals. Their goalkeeper was man of the match. He made a couple of great saves, one from Sessegnon from point blank range, and a couple of other ones that just escaped me now at the moment. But the fact that their goalie was man of the match should sell a lot. We could have had maybe 5 or 6 goals, and should have had 5 or 6 goals. That's the one thing we need to do, is kill teams off when we have them down. And by giving away that silly goal near the end from a mistake by Royal, gave Eintracht Frankfurt hope. And they had a shot there in the very last minute, which was comfortably saved by Hugo Lloris. But imagine if that got a deflection and gone in. To only get a draw from that match would have been an absolute travesty. So we now sit on top of the group, and we have another home game coming against Sporting Lisbon, who were beaten again last night. So we've every chance that we could possibly top the group by winning that match. I don't think we could be caught then. I'm up to the correction on that, because I haven't really looked at the stats. But we've got a match in 2 weeks' time against them, and it would be great now to be able to go into the last game and rest a few players. But we've got another match on Saturday against Everton, and if we continue the form that we played, especially the front three, and the fact that Kulusevski could be back in the reckoning, I think the Everton defence could be in for a fairly torrid time. It was lovely yesterday as well that the crowd gave a minute's applause for the Marine, and also the recently deceased John Duncan, who played for us in the 70s, and the touch of putting his tracksuit top around the chair with the flowers on it on the touchline was a really nice touch from Tottenham, and it just shows you how much the guy was appreciated. One thing that I wouldn't have liked to, I know we won the game, but Antonio Conte was off down the tunnel like a bat out of hell there at the end of the match, and I would say he had a few things to say to the defence for the way that they conceded that second goal. Maybe it was down to the substitutions, like bringing on Sanchez is never going to improve your defence. And although it was good to see Lucas Moura back on, and I must pay a special tribute to Brian Hill. Brian Hill, he went from the ridiculous to the sublime in the space of about 3 seconds there last night. He was clean through on the ball and stood on the ball, left it behind him, and then when he was given it back by the Eintracht Frankfurt defence, went on a brilliant run, which would have ended in a goal, only for it to be tripped up on the penalty area. And then I've just heard that Harry Kane's penalty has just landed in South Africa. That's probably the worst penalty Harry Kane will ever take in his life. It was just brutal. And it led to a nervy couple of minutes until we finally stole out the game. So all in all, it was a good performance by Spurs. We're going to qualify for the next group stages, for the next knockout stages now. And when you look at the likes of Barcelona, who are in serious trouble of not doing it, that's going to be really one big hitter that's taken out of the equation for the next round of matches. So onwards to Everton on Saturday. A big win there is anticipated. We did them 5-0 last season. And to go in then against Manchester United next midweek is going to be a very, very interesting match and one that we can win. So let's keep the faith and come on, you Spurs.